Here is the not so secret, most important way you can get better at praying. Are you ready for it? By praying. Shocking, I know, right? But I'm not just making this video to state the obvious. I want to underscore something, and it's from conversations I've been having with different people, as well as meditations and things I've been coming across recently. One of them is a minister who was talking about one time when he attended a prayer class, and it so happened that this class was being facilitated by Bishop Oyedepo, and this is how the class went. They showed up for class, excuse me, in the morning, and the man walks in. He essentially introduces the class. He says, "We are going to learn to pray today." And he goes into a corner and he prays for 8 hours straight. And that was it. That was the class. And the point he was making is very simple. We learn to pray by praying. And over my years of being a believer and being in ministry, walking with different kinds of people, and even my own personal journey of faith, one of the things I've found is that the gospel is actually a lot simpler than we seem to believe it is. The spiritual disciplines that are required, that we need to live our lives in the Lord and to flourish in our faith, are actually a lot more straightforward than we think they are. There's something about us as human beings that has a tendency to complicate things that are actually not all that complicated. It's like a child learning how to walk. When they get to an age, children get to an age where something goes off in their brain that tells them, hey, I need to start moving the way everyone around me is moving. And what do? They try to stand. After trying to stand, they try to take steps. It's a process. It's messy. It's cumbersome. They're going to fall a couple of times. They may get hurt even a few times. But the thing they keep doing is they get back up and they do it again and again and again. And before you know it, they're walking. And before you know it, it's not a big deal anymore. They've joined the rank of people who get up every day and walk, and it's not a big deal. And the same can be said for things like prayer. Sometimes we go out of our way to do everything else except the actual thing that will help us grow in prayer, and that is pray. We will read the books, we will listen to the sermons, we will talk to people, we will spend countless hours scrolling and looking for resources about prayer. But when it comes to actually just sitting down to pray, it's the one thing we will find every other reason not to do. It doesn't work that way. If you want to learn how to pray, pray. Make time to pray. Stay in the place of prayer. Stop doing the 10-minute drive-bys with God. I hate to break it to you. Actually, I don't hate to do it. It needs to be done. 10-minute prayers are not going to sustain you in the age we're in. If you've taken a look at the world that we're living in right now, you will agree with me that there's a lot going on, not just in the natural, but even in the spiritual. And these are not the days when you're going to get away with making a quick 5-minute prayer as you're falling asleep, and then expect to get the same results as someone who has devoted countless hours in the presence of God in prayer. So you want to learn how to pray? Now you know what to do. Pray. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The more you do it, the longer you're able to do it. The more you do it, the faster you're able to access certain things in the presence of the Lord. The more you do it, the more it moves from just being a discipline you're trying to cultivate, and it becomes a delight where you're looking forward to spending time with the Lord in the place of prayer. That's what's on my mind today. What's on yours?